G'day folks, it's the Meeple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video for you. And today I thought I'd try something a little special because we've got the Marvel United Multiverse Kickstarter campaign currently going on at the moment. And one of the things that they're sort of advertising with that is this new Commander solo mode. So I thought let's give that a shot today and see how that works. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. So normally I'd take you through the villain, I guess, first and sort of show you what we're doing and who we're up against and that sort of thing. But I figure since we're doing the solo mode, I probably should start off with how you set yourself up as a player with that first. So going through the heroes, or hero in this case, and then we'll look at who we're taking on. So one of the teams I don't think I've played very much with, I think I might have played Rocket with the kids once or something like that, but I don't think I've played the Guardians of the Galaxy on the channel very much at all, if ever. So I thought they'd be a good sort of fun sort of team to work with in the solo mode, because essentially what you do in this new Commander solo mode is that you pick your one hero that you're going to use, but that you then sort of pick a supporting team for them as well. So I figure we'll use Star-Lord as the sort of like the main hero for the game. So we've got his deck. Now I'm pretty sure, I was looking through the rules that they've posted on the Kickstarter, so if you're interested in this solo mode and you want to sort of have a look at it yourself, the rules for the basic sort of Marvel United Multiverse sort of rulebook are on the Kickstarter there, and the solo mode is included there. And as far as I can tell, you don't need to sort of modify your hero's deck at all. There's a few different modes now with the equipment cards, and I think these new team decks as well that sort of suggest that you play on sort of a harder difficulty level and don't use the double wilds. But I don't see that, as far as I could tell looking through it, it doesn't seem like that's something that you have to do with the solo mode. So I'm leaving the deck as normal, but obviously with the wilds, yeah, a lot of people choose to not play with those anyway, and I don't see that being a problem either. So I think you can sort of play either way. So we've got a normal Star-Lord deck there, but the big difference, I guess, with the Commander mode, which is sort of different to the new, to the old, I think was it Xavier and Shield solo modes, is that yeah, you have this sort of separate deck here. So what you do is you pick 4 different heroes that you want to be supporting your hero, and then you choose 3 of their special cards. So I'm pretty sure I did that. Let's have a look. I should have 12 cards here because we've got 4 heroes with 12 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. And as you can see, I've picked the Guardians of the Galaxy. I've sort of just taken the, I guess, like the original or the core set from the movie sort of thing. So we've got Gamora, Drax, Groot, and Rocket. Now Groot was interesting because I thought, oh, this will be easy because they're all being season 1 characters. They probably only have 3 cards each. So that's nice and easy. With a lot of the X-Men characters, you have at least sort of 4 cards. So you have to pick your 3 out of the 4. You can't have all your special cards there. But I didn't realize that Groot has like I think his whole deck just about is special cards. So excuse me. So what I did with him is he has like I think he's got 3 different types. So I think deck building wise it might actually be better with Groot, like if you sort of pick a particular power that you want so that it shows up a lot. But just for the sake of showing him off, if you haven't played with Groot before, I thought I'd just use his 3 different types. So he's got the I am Groot with an exclamation mark, we are Groot, and then he's got I am Groot with a question mark. So he's got one that gives him extra punches, or something like that. One that gives him, lets him draw cards, and one that lets him sort of move himself or characters around and that sort of thing. So these cards are going to be basically shuffled into this support deck, and then we can basically play these in place of playing a turn ourselves. So instead of drawing a new card for ourselves and playing our own card, we can play these cards instead, and there'll always be 2 face up from this deck that we can choose from. The only thing I think is that we cannot use, we have to use our own hero to start each round essentially. So after the villain goes we have to have a Star-Lord turn. And apart from that, I think you can you're free to choose whether you play one of these or your Star-Lord card, depending on which one is, I guess, better for you in the circumstance. And you only sort of run out of your cards, or lose because running out of cards based on the Star-Lord deck, not the support deck. So that's interesting. The other thing too, they're sort of clarifying the rules that all the rewards that you would give to other heroes and things like that, you sort of apply to yourself. So you basically, if a card says give a support token to another, or an action token to another hero, you give it to yourself essentially. And although I think you can only have a maximum of 5 action tokens in your own sort of personal pool at once, and the support cards don't actually count as your cards in the storyline in terms of being able to swap them out and that sort of stuff. I think that was another clarification as well. But yeah, if you want some more definitive stuff on that, yeah, check out the rules on the Kickstarter page. There's a link to the rules there. All right, so that's who we've got. So we've got our deck. I'll just keep shuffling that. So yeah, we've got our hero deck here, our support deck. We'll get that sorted. We'll put that here, I think. And let's have a look who we're playing. So I figure, since we're playing Guardians of the Galaxy, let's take on Ronan. Haven't played him before. So we're in the solo mode. You sort of count as playing on the 2-player rule. So he's going to start with 5 health. He's got no sort of special setup rules here. I think he's a fairly sort of standard villain. But he looks pretty tough though. His special rules are whenever a hero is KO'd, they get a KO token. So one of these. So we'll be accruing these, and unfortunately that's sort of what his villainous plot is all about. The heroes lose when the group has 4 KO tokens. So if I get KO'd 4 times, bad luck for me. Okay, so his BAM, so he, in terms of KOing heroes, he deals 2 damage to 1 hero in Ronan's location. So basically if he lands on you and he does his BAM, he's doing 2 damage, which is not great, but only to 1 hero, but still, we've only got the 1 hero. And then his overflow effect, again, is all about hurting us, I think. So if a villain or a thug, and I'm a bit worried about this too, because if having only 1 model on the board, I'm thinking it's going to be quite hard to clear the threats or keep them down. So I think there's going to be a fair bit of overflow, but we'll see how we go. If a civilian or a thug token can't be added to a location, deal 1 damage to 1 hero for each token that can't be added. Heroes get to choose who gets each damage. So there you go. So deal 1 damage to each hero to 1 hero for each token that can't be added. Yikes. Okay, that's pretty scary. And so we're. I think I've put these upside down. Don't think you guys can see it from where you are anyway, but there we go, from where the camera is. So we've got our standard missions here as well. So we're trying to defeat the thugs, rescue the civilians, and clear the threats. And he's got his master plan deck here. So I've put out Guardian locations as well. So we've got all the locations that I think come in the Guardians of the Galaxy expansion. So we've got Kiln, I think it's Xandar, the Collector's Museum. I figure he might be trying to get that. What was it? The Infinity Gem, one of the gems there. Nowhere, Morag, and the Milano. I figured Star-Lord would probably start on his spaceship here in the Milano. And in terms of the threats as well, he's got 3 sets of 2 of these. So he's got Jailbreak here. So he's got 2 of these. One is at Kiln, and the other one is where did it end up? A Morag. Don't know what Morag. I can't remember what Morag is in the movies. I think Kiln might be the prison. So that's kind of cool that one of the jailbreaks has ended up there. But let's have a look. So there's 2 of these. Heroes using movement to leave this location must use 2 instead. And if we want to get rid of this, we've got to spend a movement, a star, and or a heroic and a punch. So that's what that does. So there's 2 of those. Oh man, they're sort of hemming us in here. Then he's also got this, Ronan brings this Kree elite force, since he's one of the Kree, I think. So each thug in this location requires 2 damage to be defeated. So, and you got to spend punches to get rid of that. So you're sort of spending extra punches either way, aren't you? So that's going to soak up our punching power, I guess. And interestingly, the Milano doesn't have a lot of space there, so that looks like it's going to fill up pretty quickly. So that could be a bit of a danger. Yeah, this could be a quick battle. And the last one I think is the ambush. I should also mention the other Kree elite forces over here in Xandar, attacking the planet. I think is that where the Nova Corps come from and stuff, I think. And then heroes starting their turn in this location take a damage. Yikes! And that's another one where you've got to spend a bit of everything to get rid of that. But so that's going to be in the Collector's Museum. There's the other space ambush in Nowhere as well. So okay, so that's what we're looking at. So what we'll do, I'll keep this pile over here. We might have to. I'll have to move it if the storyline gets around to this point. But we'll put our 2 cards face up here, so we know we've got. What's this say? A rocket card. Raccoon senses gain a wild or convert any number of action tokens you own into wild tokens, plus you get a star. Okay, so if we can build up some action tokens, that sounds good. And then he's got Drax here, Revenge. Move to the next location with any enemies and punch there, and you get an extra punch as well. So interesting. So that's kind of handy in being able to maybe bypass this movement blocking thing here. But also, that would be really... I sort of wish we'd got that one later, because that would be good to sort of like just jump on Ronan and get him when he's vulnerable. But, oh well, we'll see how we go. So, and we know we've got a Gamora card coming up afterwards. So, let's draw our 3 cards for Star-Lord. So we've got a single heroic, a movement and a heroic, and another... Wow, 2 movement and heroics. Okay, and... I think we're good to go. We've got all our thugs and civilians set up there, so I think, yep, we can get stuck in. Okay, so first time trying this commander mode. So you guys have probably seen some videos already from different YouTube channels and stuff showing off this commander mode, but I don't think you've seen one played quite this badly yet, so we'll see how we go. So hopefully I can show you something unique there. Alright, so we've got Star-Lord's hand, but before Star-Lord gets to go, I'm assuming that the rules stay the same. I think, reading the rules, it didn't change up anything about the villain always starting, so, unless there's a different villain or something. But who have we got here? What do we got? So he's doing some sort of automatic movement, it looks like, from the glimpse I saw. Hopefully you guys can, hopefully I'm holding that up far enough away that you can see it all. Alright, so he's moving clockwise to the next location with... Oh, so he's going straight to me. Yikes. Okay. Alright, well... He's coming straight for Star-Lord. Yeah, to the next location with any hero, so he's doing that. Then he is going to bam. When he bams, he deals 2 damage. Oh, jeez. I'm in trouble right off the bat, aren't I? Alright, so we may as well get rid of... the single wild plus the move and wild, since that was like a duplicate. Alright, we put that at the bottom of his deck as normal, so that doesn't change. We've only got 1 card left before we get KO'd, so this is not a great start. Then he's also going to put down some, looks like civilians in this case. So, what's he doing? He's putting, oh gosh, he's filling this location up straight away. That's problematic. And then 1 on either side here. Right. Okay. Now and I think that's everything. So there's no landing trigger. He's put out his stuff. Yeah, I think we're all good. So I'll draw a card. Oh, sorry. Before I look at that, I have to decide. Do I want to use one of these, or do I want to use Star-Lord? Oh no, hold on. No, I don't get to decide, because it's his first turn going after the villain. So this is something I've got to remember. So I do have to draw. I can't choose one of these two cards for this turn. Ooh, problem solver. I was all ready to use this because this sounds like a good option at the moment, clearing some of this out, I think. But this says, give a token, either a punch, star, or movement token from the pool to another hero, which would be myself in this case, and I get a wild. And having tokens with Rocket would be good if I could build up some tokens. But I think maybe I want to get started on this anyway, so I think I'm going to rescue. I'm going to use this card here. I'm going to move and rescue. So I'm going to rescue this civilian. Oops, gosh, don't want to do that. Don't discard him. Put him. Here we go. Rescue him. Here he is. All right. Rescue him, and so I can get started on that. Now, which direction do I want to go? They're both essentially the same, aren't they? I would like to get rid of this if I could at some point. Maybe let's move over here and start working on this or something. Yeah. Alright. So that's one movement. Right. Well, that's one turn, I should say. Now I can choose to use, maybe I use the previous card. So maybe instead of drawing a new card, maybe I use, oh, hold on. I reckon senses would be good, but maybe I use this to give myself the token. So maybe I do draw a card. Oh, got another problem solver. Okay. Yeah, alright, let's do this. So let's put this down. This is going to give me these two tokens here. Or would I put them over here? Yeah, these two tokens here, so we can start working on this threat. Interesting. Then I can give myself a token. Oh, and I get a wild as well. So I could use this just to get rid of this. If you use the wild, it would be good to start dropping these threats, these civilians down though, wouldn't it? Let me think. Alright, so I think I'm going to take, so I did those two, I think I'm going to use the wild actually, oh, do I want to punch or rescue? Let's maybe focus on rescuing. I wonder if I should be, since overflowing is such a big problem, I wonder if I should just be focusing on doing these two as priority rather than the threats. Interesting. Oh well, I guess we'll find out. So, but I've got to give myself a token now for this. I think I'll take a. Do I take a movement to help myself get out of this spot if I need to? Maybe that's not a bad idea. Okay. Now. You know what I could do though? Sorry guys, I'm going to go back. I'm just thinking about this because I could use this ability here. So what I might do, I'm going to put that civilian back there. I'll still take the move. Oh no, because if I can get rid of this, I don't really need the extra movement. Maybe I'll take a punch. Let's take a punch instead of a movement. I feel like I'm completely changing my turn, aren't I? But let's use that wild for the punch to completely get rid of this, and then I could maybe use whatever's under here that could help. And then I'm still going to get another turn before Ronan goes, so I can still do a bit of rescuing here if I need to. I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so sorry about that. A little bit of retroactive stuff going on there. We've cleared a threat. Oh, well there you go. You gain a token. Gain a wild token. Don't mind if I do. Alright. So interesting. So now I've got Star-Lord, I've got another one of these problem solver cards, or I could move to the next location. Move to the next. Oh, this is. I read this wrong. I thought this said move to any location. This is move to the next clockwise location with any enemies. So this is not that useful for taking out Ronan. Interesting. Okay. Alright, well what am I going to get in this next turn? I could play a Star-Lord. That would give me 2 wilds. I've got 2 wilds there. I'd get another token. But then I'm churning through Star-Lord's deck, aren't I? So maybe, I don't really want to use Revenge because the next clockwise location with any enemies is here and there's only 1 enemy there, so that's doesn't feel that great. I guess I could be putting the extra punch down on this spot here. Otherwise, Rocket, I'd gain a wild. Or I could convert these to more wilds, but I think I'd rather just gain the wild. And then I'd have a whole bunch of stuff I can do. Let's do that. Let's go Rocket. Oh, but I'm not giving myself much movement, am I? Oh well. Okay, so I gain a wild. And I've got a star, so I could use that star to rescue this guy. Then I could, I've got all these, I've got 2 wilds and a punch. Ooh, and I've got this wild here too, because I did the star, didn't I? Did the star to rescue this guy. So let's use the wild. I want to get rid of this in one go if I can, because heroes starting their turn in this location take a damage. So maybe if I can, what can I do with all these wild tokens? So I've done a rescue. I could use this wild to move. Then I can use a punch, a wild, and a wild, but then I'm not clearing much there, but maybe I can do that next turn. Ooh. Yeah. Is that what I should do? I feel like that's good, getting rid of this thing that's going to hurt me. Alright. Right. Let's get rid of that. Let's put that away. Space ambush has been taken care of. Got 2 threats cleared. You may discard 1 action token to gain 2 oh no, I spent all my action tokens. Oh no. To gain 2 action tokens of your choice. Oh, it's a bummer. Oh well. Only I knew what the different locations did. Okay, so well, let's do I've got to refill this thing here, I think, at the end of the turn. So I've got a Gamora card. She gets deadliest something, was it deadliest in the galaxy? And each wild or punch token you spend this turn gets you an additional punch. Oh man, I spent that hand too early, didn't I? I should have saved that. Oh well, live and learn. So it's now Ronan's turn. What's he going to do? Uh-oh, I think he's going to ban me again. I think this is going to be a KO. So, move counterclockwise this time, but I don't think it's going to matter to the next location with any heroes. So he's going to end up here. he's going to knock me out, so I lose my, what was that card? The Problem Solver card, which is a bummer, because that was a good one. And he's now going to put some thugs down instead of civilians. So he's going to put thugs. So he's going to put 2 in here, so they're full up. Yikes. And then 1 on either side. Oh, that's a lot of thugs. Okay. And down he goes. Okay. Where am I up to with this? I've got 2 threats cleared. But I really need to get rid of these civilians or thugs. Are there enough civilians on the board that if I... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there are just enough civilians that if I rescue all the civilians, that clears them, but there's a lot of thugs where I am. I sort of need to get rid of them, don't I? Okay, so my turn. I start by drawing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got a move and a punch. We've got a double move. We've got a single punch, and we've got a double wild. Okay. So we have to play Star-Lord first. Alright, where is he? What can he do? And we've got a star from where we were. Oof. Do we save that? So I wonder if... So I'm going to take a damage here if I move to that spot, because I can move, so move and punch and star, but the movement to get there I'd run out of that movement there, so maybe I stay where I am and just try and clear out a bunch of these guys. Well, this is interesting. I could really get a lot of thugs taken care of very quickly here. If I do this, I'm sort of spending a lot of punches, but if I do that, and then I've got a star, so I can clear this, I can rescue that civilian, then I can do, let's say, 2, do I want to, yeah, let's do it. Alright, so let's clear these 2 with the 2 wilds, so that brings that down a little bit. Then I'm going to move, no, sorry, I'm not going to move. Then I'm going to have a turn with Drax, I think. I'm going to use Revenge here. So what I'm going to do with Drax is I'm going to, so I don't draw a card, I play Drax's down. Now Drax's one says Revenge, move to the next location with any enemies and do a punch there, and then I can punch again. Or I can punch before I do that too, I guess, and I've got these 2 wilds. So, next location clockwise. It would have been really good to go that way, because then I think with that combination I probably could have cleared that too, but I think this will still be okay. I just have to decide what I want to do, I guess. So I've got these 2 wilds, which I can use to punch these 2. I think. I hope I'm not cheating here or getting myself confused, but I'm going to use this to punch those 2. Then I'm going to use this ability to move. So he's going to fly over this way. He has to go to the next location clockwise with any enemies, and then he's going to punch, and he can punch again. And that way I've got 6 enemies taken care of. That's a fair few enemies. So I'm close to getting rid of this, and I'm close to, well, I'm halfway towards clearing the threats. And because I've ended here, I get to take a wild token, which seems to help with these guardians. Seem to like having tokens, don't they? Alright, so I have to, after Drax's turn, I have to put it, it's another Drax card. Location clockwise. Oh, it's exactly the same thing. Okay, so I've got one more turn before Ronan goes. Okay. What am I trying to do here? So I've got a punch. Neither of these two cards gives me a move, but I do have this wild, which could be a move. But then her ability requires me to use tokens, and I've only got the one token. Maybe I need to use a Star-Lord card. He's got a double move, he's got a move and a punch. I've got a punch over there. Maybe I just work on this. And I've got this wild. Well, I do have to, if I'm going to take a Star-Lord turn, I have to draw. So I'm going to draw. Oop, just get a single wild. So I think I'm going to move and punch. You know what wouldn't be bad is using the double movement to go 1, 2. No, that would be terrible. I was thinking I only needed one movement to get there for some reason. I was thinking we could use the second movement to put a token on there, but that's not going to work. So I'm going to have to use, I think I'm going to use this. Alright. So, Star-Lord is going to move here and do 2 punches. And those 2 punches are going to be spent towards clearing this Kree elite fighting force. That's what we're going to do, because we'll try and sort of balance these out, I guess. Alright. And I'm not going to spend... man, again... I could spend this wild to finish off this punch, but these guys tend to do well having these tokens, so maybe I'll stay there. Alright. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold on to that token. We've got... who's this? Ronan. Yep, Ronan going next. I think that makes sense. Let's have a look. What is he doing? I think this is a different type of card. He doesn't seem to be bamming here. What's he going to do? Move to the next... Move to the clockwise... Move clockwise to the next location with any... So he's going... Oh man, he keeps coming straight for me. Deal 1 damage to each hero. So he's just going to damage me. Okay. That's not great. Alright, so he's going straight here, but he's not dropping anyone. So that's kind of good, I guess. Let's see. I've got to lose a card here. Ah, man. Let's get rid of the single punch, I guess. Alright, I'm getting low on cards here. I've got to start using my crew. Alright, stop using Star-Lord. Okay. Let's see. Right, well I have to use Star-Lord this turn, don't I? Yep, alright, so we've got another problem solver, so that's kind of good. Maybe I should be saving these problem solvers for later, but... alright, what do we want to do? I guess I want to clear this threat so I'm closer to that. I've got a move and a punch as well from the previous turn. I've got a wild and then I can take a token. This seems pretty good to me. So, in the interest of clearing the Milano, because it's just a small location, let's use a wild. Should we use that to clear that? Let's use this punch to clear this threat. So the punch, and then we'll move this way. So we've used the move, the punch, and the wild. So we've used all of the basic stuff there. This gets cleared. I've just got to do 3 more punches now. I haven't used this, and I might then use... I might take a punch. If I need to do a bunch of punching to get rid of that, I might do that. Yeah. Okay. I'm not ending on a location, so that's not helpful there, but alright, so let's not use Starlord again. Let's use, we could move to the next location. Drax could do well here punching these guys out, but deadliest in the galaxy. Each? I wonder actually. Each something token gets an additional thingy. I'm just wondering because this seems really good for like maybe when I go to take on Ronan, having all these extra punches if I've built this up. Because I was thinking I can clear this threat here. Which would be good. But if I do that, what if I did this instead? I'm going to take a damage if I do that. Move to the next location clockwise with any enemies and punch there. And I've already got a wild. Do I do Gamora after this? Maybe do I go like this? Do a punch and punch. And then I can do a wild for the something there. Or do I just spend all these now and try and do as much damage as I can here? I've already got a punch. And there's so many... I can't save these actions, so I think I'm going to do this. Sorry, this, yeah. So, alright. So let's... So this turn I've got a wild. Only problem is I'm going to take a damage because I'm not going to be able to clear this, I don't think, this turn. Unless I use these, but then again I'm not using this, am I? Ooh, boy oh boy. What can I do? If I go here, I could clear this turn, or I could clear that this turn coming up. Whichever one of these ones. Yeah, alright, let's go. I do need to clear this, don't I? I do need to get that down. Three. I'm only going to get the 3. Boy. What would you guys decide to do? I'm sort of stuck between trying to get as much done as I can to clear one of these, but if I feel like I'm leaving this to get overrun if I'm unlucky. Alright, well let's just do it. Okay, so I'm going to move over here. I'm going to use the punch and the punch here to get rid of these 2. Whoopsie, they go here. How am I going to clear this? Am I going to use that last wild to get rid of him? Or do I use it? I'm going to use it to clear that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend that wild back here before I move. Then I'm going to use this ability to move to the next location clockwise with thugs, or with any enemies really. Oh, I wonder, did I make a mistake? I think maybe he was in a different spot, but because he's an enemy, so I wonder if I would have had to move to him rather than this location here. You guys can let me know if I made a mistake with that earlier in the game, but yeah, so I did the punch on that thug, and then I did the last punch on the other one, so I've done 1, 2, 3 punches across those 2 locations, so that clears that mission. The villain is now under pressure, but oh no, no. For some reason I thought that was the 3rd hero turn, but that's not, is it? Oh well. Let's see, I get a rocket turn. He gets gain a punch token, or your action tokens can be used twice this turn. Oh wow, both of those sound pretty good. But let's see what Ronan's going to do to spoil the party here. Okay. He is going to move counterclockwise to the next location with... Oh man, he just keeps coming for me. Oh my goodness. Right, the problem with this is I bet he's got a bunch of cards where he doesn't move to you, and I seem to be using up all the ones where he does move to you, and then when I'm trying to hunt him down, he's probably going to move away from me. Alright, so that's my prediction for how this game's going to turn out. Alright, so he heads here, hits me for 2, and I am... Oh, you know what I've been forgetting to do? Is take the KO tokens. So let's put them here. So he's KO'd me once, this is the 2nd time he's KO'd me. So they go at the bottom. Alright. Down I go. Okay. And he drops a bunch of stuff. So he drops 1 here, 2 here, and 1 more over here. Okay. Right. Well. I have to... Oh no, and I can't do a Gamora turn this turn. I was hoping to do a Gamora turn, but I have to do a Star-Lord turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the good news is I've got one of these problem solver cards, so that's kind of good. But considering that... Ooh, this is interesting. Considering that Ronan is about to become vulnerable if I can clear a threat, I sort of don't want to use this, because I could maybe use that to get more punching power. Because look at this hand, I've got move and star, I've got star, and I've got star and star, so they're all not going to be great for him. But if I can play that card, then I've got a movement, a star, and a punch here from the previous card. I can just get rid of this straight away. And that clears the last threat, and now at least I can take a shot at him with my next couple of turns, because I'm going to have let's have a look here, because I'm going to... This could be good, actually, because he's in my spot. Make discard an action token to draw a card. Oh, I don't think I want to do that. But I think I'm in a good spot here to now do some damage to him, because I've got these tokens. I've used my Star-Lord turn, so now I can use these, and these are all about gaining tokens or doing good stuff with the tokens. So maybe I can actually take... Because I've got to do 5 damage to him. So let's have a look here. I've got a punch. Unfortunately, I don't have any punches here. I've got a movement and a star, which is not great. I could rescue one of these guys, I guess, but I do have a punch and a thingy. So gain a wild token, or your action tokens can be used twice this turn. I think I can actually take him out with Rocket this turn, because... Hold on, let me see if I'm getting this right. He's got 5. So I get a punch there with Rocket, and then this can be used twice, the punch can be used twice, and the wild can be used twice, and your action tokens can be used twice this turn. Yeah, so that would be 2 punches, and a last punch just to take him straight out. I think I could take him out with Rocket right now. I also am wondering if I can take him out with Gamora, because Gamora says each wild or punch token you spend this turn gets you an extra punch action. Oh, I think she's just shy, because I've got this one and this one each get me an extra punch. So that would be 2 punches, and if I use both of these as punches, that's still only 4 punches, and she only gives me a heroic. So it's actually Rocket who comes to the rescue. So we're going to punch old Ronan in the face with Bucky's arm, I guess, and then we're going to not gain the extra token. We're going to say our action tokens can be used twice this turn. So this wild I'm going to use twice to do 2 punches. And then this punch I'm going to use twice to do 2 punches. And he KO'd us twice, but we managed to take down Ronan. So there you go. Well, that is the new Commander solo mode. Interesting, very interesting. One thing I did forget to mention this at the beginning of the video. The other thing that you're supposed to do when using the Commander solo mode is use these battle cards. So technically, I was playing on super hard mode, even though I was using the double wild. Did I end up using my double wild? Oh, I did too. So I'm pretty sure we're supposed to use double wilds. But the other thing is, you're supposed to be able to spend up to 2 battle plan points when you play solo on these different battle plan cards, which I think have a cost of either 1 or 2 points, I guess, depending on how good they are. And depending on how many points you spend on those, that determines the difficulty of the game. So if you want a real easy game, you get yourself 2 points worth of battle plan cards. If you want a slightly easy game, you give yourself 1 point. And if you want like a standard game, or I guess maybe a more difficult game, give yourself none. So we were technically playing without any of those. So even if we weren't supposed to have the double wilds there, I still think this is like not the easiest mode you can play this on. And it's sort of really weird. It felt like it was really hard. Like I actually felt under pressure the whole time. I think, unless I was cheating somewhere in there, we did all right keeping these down. I think we did a pretty good job keeping the thugs and civilians down to stop that sort of extra overflow hurting us. But I felt really sort of like he was like nailing us like every turn. So I sort of felt fairly under pressure there. But yeah, it's interesting. It just all of a sudden then, I guess we sort of, these Guardian cards are pretty awesome. But I sort of felt like it was like, wow, that was really easy. It like was over quick smart. So I don't know how you guys felt about that. Like, let me know, A, did I make any glaring rules errors that helped me out there? Or B, do you guys think this looked like it was too easy? Did it just look like it was really swingy, like it was like, seemed like it was really hard, and then I just got a really good run of luck with what I'd sort of built up there, and just happening to have him on that location. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely felt more fun than the regular solo mode, I think, from my opinion, but having only played this once. Like, I've played the other solo mode quite a fair bit, and I always sort of enjoyed it, but it felt really sort of swingy. I liked having the 3 different characters, and I did like having, you could sort of, I'm going to do a lot of focusing on Star-Lord for a few turns because I've got some good cards here, or I'm going to do this or that. I liked being able to swap back and forth between the heroes. This sort of gave me a similar feel, being able to sort of pick from the support team, so I like that. Yeah, it's hard to qualify why I felt this one was more fun than the other one, but I guess it's weird because I was feeling really under the pump. I was like, is this really that balanced? I don't know. But maybe playing with the battle plan cards would make it feel a little bit more less sort of swingy, but I don't know, it was interesting. I'd have to play this a few more times to see if I prefer this. I think I still really do like using the regular multiplayer rules and just multi-handing it solo. I really do enjoy doing that, you know, now after doing that for so long. But this wasn't bad. This was actually pretty good. I would say, especially if you're looking at whether to invest in Marvel United and you are more of a solo player and you don't like sort of multi-handing games and stuff. This felt like a really good solo mode. I did like that. So yeah, interesting. But I have to play it some more to see if this would be. I don't think this would be my go-to mode. I think I'd still like to play with the multiple figures. I like having multiple figures and sort of being able to sort of spread yourself out around the board or consolidate yourself. I like having that a little bit more decision space maybe. But this gave me some interesting decisions in other ways. So yeah, still a lot of fun. Well, that's it from me, I think. I hope you guys are enjoying the ride with all the new reveals and all that sort of stuff with the Kickstarter. As of this filming, there's been the Inhumans expansion has been announced. The team decks seem really exciting as well. That's really cool. I've still been really enjoying all the characters. I don't have that much of a knowledge of the characters that we could be getting, so I'm just kind of enjoying the ride. I've sort of mentioned to a few people that, yeah, sometimes when we get reskins like Magic and stuff was a bit like, oh, I've kind of already got a villain and a hero version of her sort of thing, but still, I still really liking all the models and just the more characters, the more fun, the more bad guys, you know, it's all good. So still having a lot of fun with it, and you know, I really like that Cabal thing they announced with Iron Patriot. That looks really like a fun way of playing it against a whole bunch of different villains and stuff as well. I really like how there's a lot of different ways you can play these big battles now with the Brotherhood and the Wrecking Crew and the Heralds and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, lots of fun to be had, and I'm going to try and keep myself right away from all those unfortunate spoilers that happen too. So yeah, please be kind to people out there. If you like your spoilers, please don't spoil it for anyone else. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the ride as well. So whatever you decide to do, whether you're backing the game or not, it's a lot of fun just seeing what's coming out and what new heroes and expansions and stuff we're getting. So, all right, well, thank you guys, and yeah, see you on the next game. Maple Monkey out.